Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be showing the differences between a good and a dirty race at Tokyo Expressway. So this is the Daily Race C this week, and I did these two races during my live stream, and this first race is going to be the dirty race. So this one we're starting in P7 behind the Ancient Pleb. We're going to be driving the McLaren F1. So we're off, and now we're already just about to get P6 as the Peugeot has really bad acceleration off the line. And now we're going to be behind the Italian, and then there is the Polish guy ahead, and then the Ancient Pleb is just going to come and give us a little bump here. And then heading into turn 1, he's going to bump us once again. We're going to brake a little bit early, because we're on cold tyres, and he's going to go up the inside, and then it's going to leave us vulnerable to Cole, who now goes up our inside. And now we've already down to P8 after 2 corners, but now the Ancient Pleb gets a bad exit, and I get a run on Cole as well, and we're into P6. And then we're just under-searing off through that flat-out kink and then into the chicane. It was nice and clean. We used a little bit of wall on the inside, just clipped it, but it didn't really make a difference. And through this corner, lifting off just a little bit. I like to use a little bit of braking as well. And then through this corner, once again lifting off. And through this chicane, this is a corner that I really enjoy, these two corners. Clip the wall a little bit. And then coming into the hairpin, it's all about trying to get the late apex instead of the early apex. As you can see, we do go deep, but there's no one behind us, so we can take a nice late apex, but we mess up the exit, and it does cost us. Now it looks like we're going to get bump drafted by Cole behind, which we are just about to now. Now we're going to skip it on to the end of the straight. So we're going to defend the inside. Cole is going to have a look, and it looks like there was a bit of contact there, but I wasn't sure. And then that Spaniard's going to bump out Cole out of the way, and then he gets P6. And this isn't the only time that the Spaniard is involved in bumping. He is one of the protagonists on why this was a dirty race, in my opinion. So yeah, as I said, this was in my live stream on the 25th of April, I think it is. So yeah, it was on the Sunday. Moving it on now to lap 3, and we are vulnerable to Legend Killers. He's going to go up our inside. We didn't have a slipstream to Cole, so I'm going to stay around his outside. I'm going to stay around his outside through turn 2 as well. There's not usually people who give space, but fair play to him for actually giving it me. And now Blue Racer is going to get past Legend. He's going to bump draft me going into the chicane. I'm going to go down into 4th just to use a little bit more rotation, but I clip the wall and exit, and this is going to cost us a position to Blue Racer. Legend is going to follow him through, which he is entitled to. It was a little bit aggressive, but I understand why he did it. And then it looks like he clips the wall there. He taps us, but I don't think it was intentional. So yeah, now we've lost the slipstream to Blue Racer, and we're down into P9. So since I'm not going to slipstream, I'm going to go into the box and get my pit stop done. So now we're back on the road with soft tyres looking for the undercut, and at the end of lap 4, start of lap 5, we're going to move into P10, but there's still some people who haven't done their pit stop. So there's Cole ahead. We lost the slipstream to him earlier, if you remember, and now we are right behind him, so our undercut has definitely worked. We've also got Blue Racer and the Polish person ahead, who is another person who was the cause of, the main cause of why this race was dirty, I think. And on lap 7 you're going to know why this was the case, and we get a good run on Cole coming out. And we get it done, up the inside, we clip the wall on the inside, but we're into P9. Making these soft tyres work even though they are a little bit older than his. And then Blue Racer goes wide through the chicane, and this is just going to let us into his slipstream range, which is really good. And you can see at the end of lap 6 we are right behind him and the Polish person, and there's an Italian ahead in P4. I'm going to follow Blue Racer as he goes to overtake the Polish person, the PRT driver. Two McLaren F1s working together, and now we're going to catch up to the Italian using the slipstream. Just trying to keep bunt drafting Blue Racer. Blue Racer's going to go to the outside, I'm going to follow him. And through turn 1 the Italian gets on the brakes, a little bit of contact, he gets the move sorted and keeps his forward position. And we get a little bit of a tap behind from Bobo Vita, and now skipping it on just a little bit. This is why this race just turned into shit basically. Coming through this fast left-hander, avoiding the wall, and he is just going to punt us. And he's going to tap us again. I'm going to ruin my line through here. He's going to tap us once again. And this costs us the slipstream to Blue Racer. And it lost me a lot of time. And then once again he's just going to dive bomb me through here. And that costs us more time. So yeah, now we have Mario Ivars behind, who I mentioned was dirty. So we've got the two people behind me who I have mentioned as dirty drivers, and then also in P10 there is Luzerne driver, who's also a cause to all this mess. Mario Ivars nice and early on the brakes for a change. Going into the chicane now, and once again the Polishman is just going to mess up his line. And then Mario is going to look for a move, but the wide's living up to its name. And he can't get away through. He's going to hit the barrier again, and it's just costing all of his time. Now I'm going to have to back out through the chicane because it's difficult to go around the outside. And now if we hop on board with Luzerne driver, look how close he is now. He is right on us, and just a couple of laps ago he was 3 or 4 seconds behind me, so it's really shown how much it's cost. Now we're going to go wide. Luzerne's going to send it up the inside, and we're going to go down to P9 now. Then moving on to the end of the straight, and this is just such a stupid mistake you're about to see. I'm going to look for the inside, and I'm just going to run into the barrier and give myself a collision penalty. Absolutely stupid mistake. And then going up to turn 2, Mario's just gonna dive bomb us. Luzerne gets some oversteer, hits him into the wall, squeezes Bobo Vita, and we fall all the way down to P11. Absolute carnage. Then we're gonna ride on board with Yogson 88. We started right near the back of this race. And then all going through the chicane. Look at the carnage. The Peugeot spins and wow, that it's just a mess basically. And if I ride on board with myself, I get a 4.5 second penalties. And admittedly, I pushed Bobo Vita in the wall because I was annoyed at him. No, he was the cause of all this. If he hadn't just punted me through the chicane that we're about to go through, I could have had a podium, and I was really pissed. I still thought the 3 second penalty was quite harsh, considering I'd been squeezed into the wall all race, especially by Mario, and he'd got nothing for it. But yeah, now we have to serve 4.5 seconds worth of penalties, and we're going to fall all the way down into P17. And we are going to end up finishing the race in P18. So yeah, that is what a dirty race looks like at Tokyo. So now we're going to have a look at what a clean and great race looks like at Tokyo. So once again, I'm starting P7 behind the Ancient Pleb. Got Cole and Blue Racer behind me. So starting off this second race, and this time the Ancient Pleb is in the McLaren F1, so he's not going to get a bad start, and we're just going to weave about a little bit to warm up our cold medium tyres. So yeah, this is what a great and clean race filled with sportsmanship is going to look like. There's a couple of bumps here and there, but overall it is just fantastic racing, and this is what I love to see in this game. This is why I play this game, for great races like this. So going into the hairpin for the first time in this race, we're going to see a couple of people go wide, the Ancient Pleb and Arjun getting it all wrong through this corner. I'm going to go quite wide as well. And the main protagonists of this video are probably Arjun, Banana Badgers, who is behind us, Blue Racer and Cole as well. These are going to be the main people who I have a great race with. Luzerne Driver, Mario and Bobo Vita are out of this race, so the driving standards are better just because they're not in, which is quite interesting. I'm in the Peugeot ahead of IGTSH Kenda. He's going to be nice and slow, so that's a free position for us, and we're into 4th. SC77 Fire is going to make a good move up the inside. I'm just going to have to back out of this one. We're going to look for a cutback, but we're just going to bump draft him. There's no point going for an overtake, because then we'd leave the slick to Arjun ahead. We've also got Banana Badgers or Aaron, who's bump drafting us. I just go wide through here and mess it up, get a terrible exit, and once again Aaron is just going to help us. Origin clips the wall, he clips the wall again, so does SC77 and myself. I'm going to be really slow through these few corners, I just don't get some momentum, and then I get hit by Aaron, but it's not intentional, I'm pretty sure. But unlike the punt with Bobo Vito, it was actually controllable. And also I knew that Aaron, or Banana Badgers, was a clean driver. He was in my stream chat at the time. We'd had a couple of decent races together throughout the day. So yeah, I could trust him to be a clean driver, and if he did hit me, then I knew it wasn't intentional for sure. But you know, unlike Bobo Vito, you couldn't tell. But now we're moving it on, and I'm going to brake early. SC77 is going to lose a couple of positions since he went wide, and we're going to get up to P4 now. Now moving on into the chicane, Origin is just going to hit the wall, and it allows us to get through into P3. So yep, now into the podium positions, which is really good. Okay, so now we're going to head into the pits at the end of lap 3, and unlike last race, we're going to have a lot of people following us in, which isn't great because the whole point of the undercut is that you pit early so you can get cleaner and get away from the pack. But yeah, now we're at the start of lap 5, we go past Ancient Pleb and we're currently up into P8. But at the start of lap 6, that is going to become a P3, and the two people ahead have just come out the pits, Zephyx Nalanum and Q3LO29. I think it's just called Angelo, but I'm going to go for a dive up the inside, use the wall to slow myself down, but yeah, I'm just going to back out because I felt like it was an aggressive and dirty move. You know, I think it's better to lose clean than win dirty. So yeah. But now we're going to do our best to stick in the slipstream with these guys. They're quite slow since they're still jostling for position, trying to get used to those softer compound tyres. And coming through this fast corner, they've just got so much better grip, they are clearly quicker. And then coming to the start of lap 7, we're all the way down into... We're going to go on board with Blue Racer actually. I thought for a moment that was me. But yeah, he's going to brake early and that allows him to get a cutback. He's going to go past Banana Badgers, then he's going to clip the wall and mess up. He's going to have to settle for just one position gain on Ancient Pleb. At this point I'm still P3, Origin is P4, so we've got an SCK P3 and 4, which is quite nice. And at this point I had gained 3 positions, 4 actually. So it's always good to gain positions. Now we're gonna go back on board with me. You can see there I just clipped the wall. Origin is all over me. I just can't quite find the grip that I should be able to on these tyres. But yeah, now we're going to move it all the way on to the end of lap 10, and I'm now P6. Ancient Pleb is not going to have slipstream, so me and Aaron are just going to fly past him, leave him for dead. Got Origin bumping me behind, and it looks like it's going to be a little three-way fight for P4. Or is it? Because now Blue Racer, you're going to see Blue Racer struggle with his tyres. You know, I'm pretty sure he's on controller, but I'm not 100% sure. When I was just looking at his steering inputs, he doesn't look like a pad player. But yeah, at this point his tyres have really gone. I've managed mine pretty well. I've been doing the 3-7 strategy all week, when most people have been doing 4 laps on mediums and then 6 on softs, whereas I've been going for the undercut, and it was working really well, helping me gain good positions. And now you can see that we are almost all over Blue Racer. He has really dropped off the pace. We've got past Aaron, and it looks like it's just going to be a dash to the finish. Who will get the podium? Will it be me or Blue Racer? Or could it even be someone else? Who knows? So coming through this final corner, both going to look for the late apex, but I have the slipstream, so I should be able to get him here. It's going to be close. I'm catching, and yes, we are just going to pass him, and we're going to take a very nice podium. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have now understood the differences between a clean and a dirty race at Tokyo.